So in the last episode, I made this massive mining drill which got me a bunch of materials, which I then used to make two major factories that helped me improve my survival world. So if I quickly pop into my factory and I look into this vault, you can see all the items that are in here right now, and the sign that says 200,000 items, meaning 200,000 items have been processed in this factory, which is quite cool. But if I made my way up to the second floor, that's where all the magic actually happens. Now, I did change this design to make it more compact and efficient, so if I go into free cam, you can see how it looks like right now, which honestly, I'm super happy with how this turned out in my opinion. And if I were to visit this train track factory, you can see there's way more train tracks in this vault right here, which I need for this episode, so you guys see that later. But there's something else I really want to show you right now, which is going to be super cool. And that thing I wanted to show you is this building right here. Now, it isn't much compared to these two factories, but as I was building this, I realized something. I don't want all my builds to have the same build design, especially like, if I build more, I don't want it all to look the same. So what I did was, I made it look like a small little cottage, and it looks super nice. I really liked how this turned out as well. And if I were to make my way inside, you can actually see what this build is. It's basically an ore compactor. So, once again, going to free cam, you can see the undergrounds of it. Basically, it takes all the nuggets from this vault here, pushes it onto this convoy, and then it gets stored in this item vault. And then this item vault pushes it into ingots, and the ingots get turned into blocks, and the blocks get put into this diamond item vault. So, I added a new mod called Create Better Storages, which adds more compact storage. So that's quite good as well. Now if I come up to the second floor, I can grab this link controller here, and this controls this massive crane you seen outside. Now it doesn't fully work because the machine is overstressed, it's not getting rotational power, but the new rule I set for myself is every build I do has to have something unique to make the build stand out more, and I think my base will just look so much better that way. Well, enough complimenting my own builds, even though that probably is my new favorite building in this world. But in today's episode, I plan on building a sawmill. Now the reasons why I want to build a sawmill actually is because I have plans for a mega project in my base that's going to span from outside my render distance over there, across my base, all the way outside my render distance over there. And I need a lot of spruce wood for this project, so hence the sawmill. And to be honest with you, I really just don't want to build it anywhere near here, and the reason is because I started having my train track factory. I want to connect it, and I actually want to have my trains transport everything and actually make use of them. So I don't think I'm going to build it here, especially how hilly this terrain is. I might go over there outside my render distance to build it and have the mega project connect to it. If I open my map, I think this spot is perfect. It's flat, it's near my base, and I also still have my trains here, so I can probably build a railway connecting the two so I can bring the logs back to my base, which I haven't built yet, so we'll do that sometime soon. But ignoring that, we could always take a little trusty flying boat to where we are going to be building, so I'll see you guys when I get there. Well, I'm here, and honestly, it does look like I have to do some terraforming, but that's alright because, at least I can make the place look nice. And I do see a village just past those tree lines right there, so maybe we could do something with that as well. I'm just gonna park my ship down right here, just slow and steady, and yeah, there we go. Now, looking outside, there is lots of shrubs here that needs to be cleared out, so it might take a while, but honestly, I think it can be done. It's not too much, so I'll just do a quick time lapse, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, I'm finally done with the terraforming. As you can see here, I made some few flat patches of grass, and I think the idea is to have maybe this one big patch used for like oak wood and spruce wood because I use them more often, and like these small patches over here like maybe birch or like cherry wood because I won't be using that a lot. But with the actual terraforming out the way, I can finally hop into a creative world and design how I'm gonna make this tree farm, just so I know what I'm actually doing before I actually build it in survival. So I've done some tinkering here, and basically if this machine goes around in circles and has the placing the saplings down, so if I were to go to a tree right here, this would come around and the saws would get the tree down, and eventually it should show up in this chest right here, and the saplings get filtered into this deployers and it goes around creating the loop. And I also like how it's circular, so you can probably design something around that as well. Alright, back in the survival world now. As you can see, I have marked out where these tree farms are gonna grow. So it's gonna be 4 here, it's gonna be 2 here, 2 here, and this straight one here for dark oak. And that's because of the way dark oak grows. I think straight would be better. So yeah, all that's left to do now is just get all the materials, and we can actually start building this thing. So getting started with materials, if I come down to my base and if I look at my create mod chest, I do need some brass and a lot of things, and I don't have any brass I think on me right now. Wait, let me just check my treasure chest real quick. Yeah, 20 brass ingots is definitely not going to be enough. But like, what do I even need to make a deployer? So brass hand and an electron tube. So the brass hand I know how to make, but what do I need to do for electron tube? Rose quartz. Oh, and I need quartz. Yeah, I don't have any quartz, so I have to go head to the nether now. So Oh, this is so complicated. Okay, just as I was coming back, I realized I did have rose quartz on my hands, so now it's time to make the brass. So if I get a blaze burner and place it down, get a basin, now I just need a mixer. All that's left to do is power the mixer, so I'm going to do that by this large water wheel right here, and I'm just going to dig out this hole so there's actually water to flow. And let's just see if I can get this right. So water wheel goes here. Now I just need some water, so I think I have a bucket on me. Yeah, I can get a bucket, and just if I get out of this hole right now, okay, there we go. So the water wheel is spinning. Now this is spinning really slowly, and that will make the mixer really slow. So I think I need to go find a speed controller just so I can actually speed it up to make it more efficient, because right now at this speed it is way too slow. And with the speed control, this should actually be better. Now I just need to find a way to hook this up properly without overcomplicating it. And okay, so let me just build this out first. This is so complicated. I don't know why I'm making it so hard. So cogwheel goes here, and a vertical gearbox should do the trick. So now I just need to see how fast I can do it. So if I crank it all the way to the max, yeah, it's overstressed. This overstressed, 142 overstressed. Okay, this is enough. 128. Can we do 129 though? Is the question? No. So 128 is the limit. So now at least this is spinning way faster. So at least now we can make some proper brass and not have it take ages. And now to actually get some brass sheets, I can take this mechanical press and just hook it up to this machine. And oh, it's overstressed. Of course it is. Oh, that means this has to be so much more slower. But the question is, how slow? So 64, no. How about 32? Okay, 32 works. 33? 44? No. 41? 42? I think 42, 44? No, 42. So what's the max? It's 43? No. Okay, 42 is the max. So slightly more slower, but at least we can now crush these into sheets. So yeah, I'm not going to be taking a long time at all. So if I walk into here right now, you can actually see how many brass hands I can make, and 16, I don't think that's enough, honestly. 60, it might be, but I don't know, because I'm just thinking how many would I need up there, and I don't think 16 is going to be enough. So we can let this machine run. It can run for 300 more seconds. So I guess I'll just see you guys when I have everything. Well, I'm finally back at base here, as you can see right here. So I think I'm just going to actually just try and, build one of these from memory. So let me just clear out these diorite blocks that I use for marking it, and let's just see if I can actually build it from memory. So just clear out these blocks, right? So, and bearing goes down here at the center, and I get my casings out. So I think they go 6 blocks out if I remember correctly. And I get the mechanical saws placed down, and I'm gonna start with the deployer structure. So if I place the casings like this and here, and I think this should be 1 block in, because the double chest has to go on the outside. So yeah, this looks right. Now I just need to get the deployers back here and just place it right, and that's facing the wrong way, so let me just wrench it. I say this should be right. Actually no, that's not right, because I need access to filter slots. So let me just do it so the filter slot's facing out, and that's correct. So yeah, 4 deployers go here, and that's actually really simple. Yeah, this is done. Well, now since this is fully complete, all that's really left to do is just to have a water wheel under here, so there's actually rotational power going into this thing. And I think all I have to do is put some saplings in there, because I got a bunch from the ship, and then I can repeat this process for all the farms here, and then also for the farms outside here. And yeah, hopefully we can get this started. And also I have to redesign how this dark oak farm is going to look like in the creative world. I don't think that's going to be a problem, so I think yeah, let's just get this done with. Well, I just realized that the replay mod crashed for everything, so all that's left here is this sawmill place. So this is how it looks like, and yeah, honestly it's so annoying. But here's a quick 360 for you guys so you can actually see how it looks like. So basically, yeah, it's all being powered by the steam engine here. So this is going to be in the survival world. 3, 2, 1. And here it is in survival mode. So I also added some of these nice black stone rails, and I also have these trains here. So these basically just goes around the world and collects all the logs and puts it back into the sawmill. And it's super zoomed out because I usually use medium gauge and this is narrow gauge, so do mind it. But yeah, I know the whole episode, the replay mod was broken and it did make the video look a bit wonky, but I managed to get it fixed. So enjoy the cinematic I made for you guys.